everybody. Welcome to our 10th grade virtual 21st Century Scholar meeting. I am Rachel Meyer. I'm an outreach coordinator with the Indiana Commission for Higher Education, otherwise known as Learn More Indiana. So today we're going to go through your 10th grade requirements and then just do a little review of the history of your scholarship and then how to get from 10th grade through the rest of high school. All right, so for your 21st Century Scholarship, you were enrolled in 7th or 8th grade if you did the traditional enrollment, or if you were a foster care student in high school, you were enrolled through our awesome partners at the Department of Child Services. So either way that you're enrolled, that works. And then throughout high school, what we do is we have videos like this, and sometimes your school will let us in and we'll help you log these activities, etc. So to give you an idea about your scholarship and why it's important to earn it, it does cover up to 100% of your tuition and regularly assessed fees at a public Indiana 2- or 4-year college, which is awesome. If you want to go to a school that's a private school, so that's places like Butler, University of Indianapolis, Rose-Hulman, Notre Dame, those smaller private schools, we would only be able to do partial tuition for you. So typically that's around $8,000 to $8,500 per year is the discount you would get off of your tuition. And then at a proprietary college, which is a for-profit school, we would only be able to cover as much as you would get if you were an Ivy Tech student. So that's usually around $4,500 per year. This does not include room and board, textbooks, class fees, supplies, all of that stuff. So we will kind of cover toward the end of this other ways that you can get scholarships and grants to help cover that. And then the scholarship is good for 4 years. So you can either do 2 associate's degrees, which are 2 years, or you can do 1 4-year degree. So it's totally up to you how you want to do that 4 years worth of aid. So yeah, have fun with that. And then you have to access the scholarship within 1 year of high school graduation. So you can take a gap year. That's the biggest question I'm getting right now from seniors in the time of COVID. So you can take a gap year, but ideally, there is a little bit of that learning loss when you take a gap year. So if you do plan on doing that, make sure that you're exploring careers or maybe working and saving up some money so that you can then immediately after that year go to college. All right, hopefully this looks familiar as well. This is your 10th grade scholar guide. We drop ship these to your schools every fall, so you get a new one for your grade level. And what it does is it just gives you in-depth information on all 3 of your activities for the year, and also provides you with contact information for our office, as well as some outside partners. So to go over the pledge, since you are 21st Century Scholars, I know it looks like it's a lot of information up there, but essentially we want 4 things, okay? We want you to be good citizens. That means you can't be getting in trouble for drugs and alcohol, okay? Just keep that in mind. You have to have a 2.5 cumulative GPA when you graduate from high school. You have to have a Core 40 diploma or one of the honors diplomas. So you can't get a general diploma or anything like that. It has to be Core 40 at a minimum, or again, one of the honors diplomas. And then lastly, we want you to complete your ScholarTrack or your Scholar Success Program. So easy breezy, 4 things. That's all you need to really know. All right, so for your ScholarTrack, hopefully, again, this looks familiar since you're now 10th graders. Hopefully we got your account set up as freshmen last year. If not, or if you were enrolled in foster care recently, that's no problem. We can get you caught up so easily. Essentially, if you've already created your account, meaning you have your email address that you registered and a password that you created. You'll just log in at the top right there. If you forget your password, you have to at least know your email that you registered. So you'll click the Forgot Password button. We will email you a big website link in the body of an email to click, and it will redirect you to reset your password. So none of us, not even our IT department, has access to your password. So that's why if you forget it, you just always have to click that Forgot Password and then recreate one. And then lastly, if you are one of those students where we missed you last year to create your account, again, don't worry. If you just need to register, you'll click that bottom at the button, Register for an Account. And then ideally, if you can register using your social security number, you'll have an already upgraded account that's ready to go with a nice pretty dashboard. That's ideal. If you don't have access to your social security number, not a big deal. You can ask your school counselor or even better yet, your outreach coordinator, and we can get you your Scholar ID number and get your account set up under a limited account. So any of that works. And then once you're logged in, this is your Scholar Success program that you'll see, a nice little grid to work on. So these are your 12 activities. You do 3 per year. You can always go back and get caught up. If you missed one previously, that's not a big deal. So for your 10th grade activities, for this year, we're going to go in depth into those, but essentially we want you to take a career interest assessment. We want you to get workplace experience is the second one. And then we want you to estimate your cost of college. So we will go into those. All right, so for the first activity, take a career interest assessment. So if your high school has already done one of these with you in like a college and careers type of class, or through your guidance department, you don't have to take the one that we link you to. It is an awesome one though. Indiana Career Explorer is super cool. It might provide you with all kinds of career options that you had either no idea existed or that you thought maybe you wouldn't be good at, but according to that tool, you might be great at. So if you have free time, we still think it's a cool thing to check out. Again, once you've taken a career interest assessment, whether that's in class or online, you just have to log into your ScholarTrack and click the button to log that activity, answer a few questions, and you're all set. The second one is get workplace experience. So this one is pretty broad with what we accept. So you don't have to have an actual job. What we want you to do is do something that relates to exploring different kinds of careers. So job shadowing is one of my favorites. I have a really funny story if you ever want to hear it about a student in my region. It's awesome. It involves blood and passing out. It's pretty fun. So definitely you want a job shadow because you might figure out that you absolutely love a job, or you might find out that you are actually biologically incompatible with that career. So take advantage of that if you can. I know it's a little harder in the time of COVID because a lot of places won't let you actually come into job shadow. So again, it might be something you could do junior or senior year of high school. But again, a really awesome thing to do. You could do an informational interview. So that could be, again, in person, or you could do that over the phone or a video chat, anything like that. Basically, you'll ask questions and have a conversation with someone in an occupation that you are considering. And they'll tell you all the ins and outs, the education you need, all that kind of good stuff. So that's a great option, especially if you can maybe Zoom or, call someone on the phone. Anything like that right now would be awesome. The third thing that we will actually accept for this is part-time employment. So if you're old enough and you actually work somewhere with an employer, you can log that. It's great because you experience a workplace and you're making some money that you can save up for your education. but it's not always the best option to actually learn about specific occupations. So again, if you really want to explore more careers, I would definitely go the job shadow or informational interview route for that. But again, if you're already having part-time employment, we will accept that as well. And then internship is the fourth thing that we accept for this. That is a temporary workplace experience where it might be paid, it might be unpaid, and it's definitely related to a future career that you would have. And a great place to start looking for that is on Indiana InternNet. So check that out if you are interested in internships. You might find some good ones on there. All right, and your last activity for your 10th grade year is to watch a 9-minute video about estimating your college costs. So for this one, it's got lots and lots of information, so don't be overwhelmed. This is our more tricky quiz, I will admit. So if you need help with that, contact your outreach coordinator. We can help you get through the quiz for your 10th grade video. And just make sure you understand it's a lot of terminology that we're throwing at you for college. After you watch the video, you can also do an activity. It's not mandatory to complete it. You can answer all of the quiz questions without visiting College Scorecard. But if you want to get a really good idea of what college will actually cost you personally, then we highly recommend checking out that collegescorecard.ed.gov. And you can really compare a lot of different colleges. So check that out, and then also make sure that you're reviewing the eligible colleges for your 21st Century Scholarship, because there might be Indiana schools where unfortunately you cannot use your scholarship. So you want to make sure you're picking one that's also on our list. So check that out on our link. And then again, as always, make sure that you're completing your activity on your ScholarTrack. All right, so to give you an idea of some of the costs of college that you might not think about other than just how much your classes cost, which is your tuition, there are a lot of fees. There are room and board if you're going to live on campus. So room and board is essentially where you sleep, your little room, and then what you eat. So that's usually the bulk of the cost of your college if you're going to live on campus. Then roughly about 6% of the overall cost of your attendance is going to be textbooks, class supplies, maybe software. Maybe you have to have a specific kind of pen for an art class or something. So you want to make sure that you're leaving room in your budget for those costs. And then lastly, 15% is going to be things like transportation if you are, driving or flying to your school. Other random expenses that you'll have. So keep that in mind. Most people only look at kind of like the tuition sticker price, but there's a lot more that goes into paying for college than just that. So we definitely want to apply for as many scholarships and grants as you can. All right, this is a preview of your college ScholarTrack. That's right. Not only will you do this in high school, you will also do this in college. How awesome is that? So there won't be any videos in college because we know you're going to be busy, okay? So you'll only really still log 3 things each year. So don't worry about that. Your college will report a lot of stuff to us. But your college activities are more like things that will give you a head start on your career. So things that are good to do in college to help you network, to help you get to the career that you're after. So we will go into this a lot more your senior year. We do this really heavy information then. But since you're sophomores, we thought you should at least get the heads up for that. All right. Lastly, definitely reach out to us. Be our friend on social media. Make sure that if you have a question or a concern or you're just confused about something, don't just wrestle with it and then it's too late. reach out to us. We all are here to help you for free. There are no stupid questions at all. We've heard a lot of things, and when you're new at something, there is no stupid question. So again, contact us, follow us on our social media, comment to us, email, text, call. We love to hear from you. So these videos were actually a student's idea. So if you have an idea for a video that is something we should cover that you're confused about, let us know so that we can create that for you. And then lastly, on the screen, you'll also see all of our contact information for our Student Support Center, your outreach coordinators, all of our social media links. So definitely connect with us. And then if you're not sure who your outreach coordinator is here, because a lot of us have not been able to get in and see you guys this year, and especially if something happened last year, you might not know us at all. So check out this map, find your county, and then find your outreach coordinator, and we can help you either get your account created or get caught up on something, help you log in, whatever it might be. We are here to help. So definitely check us out. And thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully you are staying well and getting your ScholarTrack done. Thanks, everybody.